Hey everyone, I'm Pam, and today it's been a while since I made a video, and I just wanted to, first of all, do my makeup, because I'm just getting ready to do a little stream of some E3 content this weekend, and also just chat about beauty standards and sort of influencers and body image and all kinds of things like that. So this is probably going to be a little rambly, because I have like 4 points written down on a sheet in front of me, and that's basically it. I'm probably not going to talk too much about exactly what I'm doing with my makeup as I do it, but using a lot of my usual products and then some new things, which I'll mention. But, so this video, I want to make this video, or not even make a video. It's one of those things where I just kind of want to talk about this regularly, and I just don't really have anyone to talk about it with. So I figured, what better than putting it on a makeup YouTube channel to talk about these things. So I always get inspired to talk about this when a beauty influencer that I watch mentions cosmetic procedures. And this isn't any particular one, but just a number of people who are, 25, 27, based on sort of society, women who are sort of in their prime, which is kind of bullshit. But, women who are young, like they're at least a decade younger than I am, and in all, like in comparison to everyone else, like these are young, attractive women, and they talk about getting fillers in their lips or in their under eyes and getting Botox and all that stuff. And on the one hand, I'm happy that they are upfront about it. Like, it's nice that they're telling people that, oh, my lips are bigger because I've put fillers in them. I can't furrow my brow because I got Botox. Like, it's better to do that than, I think, sort of hide it or try to make it feel like it's a natural thing and that's just how they look. And I have to preface all of this by saying, I think people can do whatever they want with their own bodies. It's not really anyone else's business, except it kind of is, especially when they're public figures. Because as much as I think you should do what you want to make yourself feel confident and good about yourself and happy, it does have an impact when you have a whole bunch of followers, especially younger followers, who are seeing the sort of beauty standard just keep getting like higher and higher and more unattainable without a considerable amount of money and willingness to permanently or semi-permanently alter your face and your body. So it made me think of like 10, 15 years ago, back when I was in my like early 20s, and I remember just being really so I'd go to like a doctor's office or something like that, someplace where they'd have like women's fashion magazines sitting out, and I would sit and I'd flip through them, while I was waiting. And these weren't things that I usually would read on my own time, but after going through a fashion, like a women's magazine or a fashion magazine, I'm going to be using the Naked Honey palette, which I just got, I found myself feeling like measurably worse about myself. I mean, and this was a while ago, before Photoshop and all these things were so rampant, but just seeing these women in these magazines, and they all had like perfect skin and perfect teeth and no texture on their skin, no hints of like cellulite or anything. They just had these like perfectly slim bodies, perfectly smooth skin. Their hair was nice, their teeth were nice, all of that stuff. And after just flipping through one of these magazines for 10 minutes, I noticed like I felt worse about myself. I had always been a pretty confident person, fairly okay with the way I look, but just looking through this made me feel worse. And I can only imagine, especially for younger people, how it feels to like go through Instagram and everyone has this sort of like perfectly filtered look. And whether it is because of filters on pictures, or whether it's because of procedures, whether surgical or fillers and things like that they've had done, I just can't help but think, like, this is having an impact on people. So I subscribe to this subreddit called Instagram Reality, and it sort of shows how prevalent it is for people to edit their photos before they post them. And most of the things that are put on that particular subreddit are fairly obvious. Like, they're people who have made their waist 12 inches wide and their asses look like the back of a Mack truck. Like, it's clearly not a natural thing. But so many people also just use filters just to, like, smooth their skin and make their jawline a little stronger or a little rounder or whatever they feel that they want. Make their nose look slimmer. All that stuff. Perfect even just for eyeshadow looks. I'm always thinking, like, why can't I make a good selfie of a good eyeshadow look? And part of it is just because I'm not very good at it, and part of it is because I don't edit my photos. Like, when I do post a photo, sometimes I'll use that little, like, auto correct, which does, like, some, like, brightening and, like, color correction kind of stuff. But, you know, with apps like Facetune, you can do not only your still images, but also videos, just to make yourself look slimmer, or like you have bigger boobs, or like you have less wrinkles, or whatever it is that you want to do. And as a result, everyone kind of starts to look the same, which, first of all, is a little off-putting, but also kind of sets the standard as, like, this is what attractiveness is. This is what it means to look hot. And I know a lot of people shit talk the Kardashians, and honestly, kind of for good reason, especially when it comes to this particular topic. Like, it's one thing to have a whole bunch of plastic surgery, which most of them have obviously done, but even with the surgery and with the fillers and with all the cosmetic procedures, it's still not enough. They still edit all of their pictures and videos that they're posting on their own feeds, and you can see when someone else has posted a similar picture, they're completely different. They've changed their faces and they've changed their bodies. So even thousands and thousands of dollars on procedures is not enough. You also need an extra layer of filters and correction of pictures afterwards, which just sounds so sad, really. I sometimes feel like I'm on the outside from not using those. Like, I think I downloaded Facetune once just to see, like, what it did, but I don't know. I feel like if I looked significantly different in the mirror than I do on camera or in pictures, that would just be very, I don't know, like, that would cause, like, dysmorphic kind of feelings about my body and my face, I think. So I don't really know what the solution to all of this is. I don't expect people to stop trying to present themselves in the way that they want to be seen as I put on a whole bunch of eye makeup. I don't know. I just find it kind of sad that even 25-year-olds can't age naturally. Like, it's gotten to the point where, like, you know, people are doing stuff, pumping their faces full of things when they're in the first quarter, like they're less than 25 years old. It just seems so strange to me. And I guess it depends where you live, what your friends are doing. I'm sure this stuff is more common in certain areas, but, you know, social media is accessible to anyone. So just seeing these people and the beauty standard they're sort of setting that isn't attainable without medical intervention, I don't know. It just makes me concerned. At this point in my life, I have, I'm less impacted by these things other than getting sad when I see it. Partially just having, a fefew less fucks to give and just being less impressionable as a 37-year-old woman. But I can't help but think of the children and the impact it's having on them and their self-esteem when they look at themselves and they look at their pictures that they're trying to post. So now something that I do like is that it does seem like it's become more common, at least I guess depending on who you follow, for people who are often posting these beauty shots to do like the natural, real, like relaxed poses versus like the posed and edited photos, so people can see like this isn't a natural look that they're presenting to people. Of course, not everyone does that, and many people like to pretend that the filtered pictures are entirely natural and that's just sort of how they woke up, which in many cases is obvious, but depending on, who you are, how vulnerable you're feeling, you might not notice that right away. I mean, I'm not immune. Sometimes I look at procedures and think like, oh, if I just had this a little lifted, then I could do winged eyeliner on this eye, but it's like just a little too droopy right now. And, oh, well, if I could just, get a little Botox, then these fine lines wouldn't be here. And again, if that's what is going to make you feel good about yourself, then it's completely within your right to do so. It just feels like, again, it's setting the standard in such a way where people are going to feel pressured to do that because of what they see on other people, not just based on their own feelings of self-worth and their own attractiveness. So yeah, I think I've run out of my topic, especially since I kept stopping to just talk and not put my makeup on. And I haven't even done my blush or anything yet. But I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you're watching this what you think about all this. If you think that things like 25-year-olds getting cosmetic procedures and all these Instagram filters and everything are having a bad influence on people. I mean, even just like the silly filters, the amount of people who won't just do a little story video just with their own face and who have to put on like a silly like puppy dog nose or the, big eyelash filter or whatever else they have. I don't know. It's just, there's one thing where it's like, oh, this is fun. I look like a puppy dog, or I look like I'm wearing fake eyelashes when I don't have to deal with the glue and stuff to put them on. But it also feels like, I don't know, maybe people are hiding behind them a little bit because they feel like they can't just present themselves online without completely making themselves up first. And I do think it is different with makeup versus, I don't know, filters and fillers and things like that. I'm not sure exactly why I feel that way. I think because makeup washes off at the end of the day, and for the most part it's obvious, although that could be my own experience talking, because I've definitely seen pictures posted of celebrities and things and people saying like, oh wow, she's so natural, she looks so beautiful without makeup, and it's like, she's wearing makeup, like. But it just seems more sort of like insidious and secretive when it's filters, especially the ones that are made to be natural looking, and fillers and things. And it's strange because you know that all through, for as long as these things have existed, celebrities have, been having various plastic surgeries and cosmetic procedures and often not really telling people. It just feels like there's like a separation between like a movie star versus someone who makes videos about makeup on Instagram or YouTube, because those people, you're kind of meant to be able to relate to them and see how they're just like you, and you can follow their makeup tips or whatever to look like them, when that's not usually the case. My blush on as a last step here. So yeah, tell me what you think about all this. Do you think I'm just worrying for nothing? Do you think that people should just have fun with their filters and everything, or do you think it's actually having possibly a detrimental effect on people and sort of society and beauty standards in general? I mean, it's even like men do it too, and seeing all of these men using various filters to give them like more attractive jawlines or better hairlines and things like that. And it's like, yay, equality? It's just high, unattainable standards for all the genders. Hooray. Alright, I just put some mascara on. Lip gloss. Thanks for watching this very rambly video. Let me know. Again, I think people can do whatever they like with their bodies or their images, but, I can't help but feel it's having an effect somewhere down the line. So leave me a comment, let me know what you think. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.